Skims. It's big news. It's not making underwear for men. And they're fantastic. For all of my briefs guys out there, and if you are looking for the perfect gift for your Valentine or for yourself, Skims just launched their best Valentine's shop ever.
Did you think I was not bright?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like one step away from PETA membership. I'm a total
Well, I'm a
member.
board member for many years.
Yeah.
So, really?
Yeah. I was like the only.
There's an interesting thing about you I didn't know. You're a kid lover?
Yeah. Origin story for me goes back to Politically Incorrect, what I still believe is one of the, I'm not just kissing your ass, one of the best shows that was on TV.
Thanks.
It's way better than your show now, but it's
what?
Politically
That's so
Incorrect.
Insulting.
Politically Incorrect was so good.
That's so insulting.
It's not. I'm just for the OG.
You're saying to me what I did 25 years ago is better than what I've done the last 20 years. That's insulting. I'm not going to be mad at you for the rest of the interview. I just want to tell you, that's just a fucking stupid way to start a conversation.
So you think
you peaked 20 years ago, Bill? Let's be friends.
No, it's not peaking.
That's what you just said.
It's a better artistic presentation of your work.
First of all, you're wrong. You know, I invented it, sweetheart. So, you know, I love Politically Incorrect. The sign is right behind you. But it's not better than what I do now. I mean, the game went up. It didn't go down. Are you happy to be free of Congress and all this kind of stuff?
Well, I don't.
You seem very relaxed.
As relaxed as one can be under these conditions. I think that Congress is supposed to be temporary. My mother was a Southern Democrat who voted Democrat her whole life until Jimmy Carter gave away the Panama Canal. And then, for some reason, that was the issue that turned my mother into a Republican.
She must be thrilled that your boy's going to take it back.
She can't wait.
What do you think about us becoming an empire again and just annexing places? You know, I did not see that coming. And when I say I did not see that coming, I'm going to spell it for you. IDIDNAZI. I did not see that coming because we really shouldn't be annexing, should we? Annexing? I mean, doesn't Greenland have to actually sell it to us if they wanted to? Isn't it their choice?
I care a lot more about whether or not we're going to annex features of the Panama Canal or Greenland than, you know, whether or not Russia annexes Crimea. Like, I think that you can.
But are you for it?
Huh? Annexing Greenland and parts of the Panama Canal? Sure, if it's a deal that makes sense.
But we don't own them.
Well,
so
yeah,
you're saying
it's a real estate transaction, Bill.
It's not an invasion is not a real estate transaction.
Well, we don't say anything about an invasion.
Well, how else do you take something?
A real estate transaction.
So they would have to agree to it.
Yeah, we could buy it.
Okay, that's different than annexing.
Well, but
so you would agree that Denmark has to agree to it. We're not just going to take it.
The people of Greenland, I think, would be the most dispositive voice.
Okay, so we can go over the head of the government. What about, can we do that here? If some other foreign country came and asked the people of this country, do you want free blowjobs? We could just do that?
It would be a compelling offer.
I don't know what you've heard about me. I don't know what you heard about me. Remember that one?
Yeah.
But a bitch can't get $1 out of me. Well, that doesn't apply to you. Oh, I'm kidding. Sorry. I didn't mean to go. I didn't mean to go there. I just sang this. They just want something from someone of the opposite sex that makes them feel alive again.
You're so right. And what is so, I think, undertold in the sugar daddy, sugar baby dynamic that we see play out pretty regularly across society now is like, who's taking advantage of who?
The far left really hates me. And I welcome their hatred because I just will not carry the water
Why do you think
of all their insanity or yours.
Well, and by the way, no one's asking
annexing Greenland.
Or buying it.
Buying it is different. See, again, let's just be honest. Come on, we're just guys talking here. Those are two different things. Just look me in the eye and tell me you understand that. They're two different things. Buying something that they agree to sell to us or just taking from another country. That's what Hitler did, and that's Putin. We're not. I know you guys like to be like flirting with authoritarianism. You guys are really flirting with authoritarianism. You know what I mean? He admires.
Like, we didn't try to throw our political prisoners in jail. We talked about it, but we didn't actually try.
Oh, you did try.
We never indicted Hillary. We never indicted our enemies.
Yeah, because they blocked it. But
Who blocked it?
The Justice Department. there were actually some people there at the beginning who were a little more fair-minded. I mean, it's not going to be that way in the second term, although that's the job you were up for.
I was, and honestly, I was
If you had
hoping
been there in 2016, would you have indicted Hillary?
only if that's what the facts and the law commanded. I wouldn't have done it as some get back politically, because look, that doesn't end. And what I reject the premise that we flirt with authoritarianism.
Are you? Come on, man. Seriously, using every possible lever to stay in office after he lost the election, plainly. Just always being friends with Putin. He likes him. He likes Viktor Orban. Always like pining to be with Team Strongman and not really that, into our allies. You don't think that's flirting with authoritarianism? And if you flirt with it, he also makes jokes about, maybe after this term, if it's so good, we should have another one, which would be, again, an abrogation of the basic tenet of the Constitution, 2 terms. That's flirting. That's flirting. To even make a joke about it is flirting with authoritarianism. Now, here's the crux of it to me. Prostitution is a term we apply across the world. It doesn't just apply to sex. You can prostitute yourself in business, in politics, anything. It means doing something you hate for money. That's what it means. It didn't sound to me like the women you were with hated it. Just put it that way.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between sex for money and sex and money. And if you start to blur that line, we're going to need a lot more fucking prisons in this country.
Right.
Now, but I want to make a point about what you just read, that passage, because I think there's something that supersedes the horniness economy. Second option.
So people want to know 2 basic things.
Okay.
One, was he ever with an underage girl?
No.
Okay. I know you said that. And second thing they want to know is what he was doing considered prostitution? So that's what we're talking about now. And well, first of all, you said giving someone money you're dating that they didn't ask for. That's prostitution now? So, yeah, okay, that's your exact quote. But there's this in a text. I guess this is from your girlfriend at the time, talking about you and your wingman. The guys are a little short this week. If it can be more of a customer appreciation week, Matt. Now, were there coupons involved? I just have to ask the tough questions. Were there coupons?
Bill.
Okay, so the phrase Customer Appreciation Week, you never knew that before you saw it in this text? Okay, what about this one? Add to cart. No, I'm joking. It does not say that. Drive-by. There's something about something was just a drive-by. What's a drive-by?
Was that a message I sent?
I don't know. I was stoned when I wrote this. Okay, but there was also that said you met women on seeking arrangements.
No, actually,
and sugar dating.
Okay, so I have never had a dating profile on any website, on any dating app.
An article, again, in I think, the Washington Post. The committee found 2 women, 27 and 25, who did not consider the relationships transactional. So that's a direct quote. Again, hacks. I'm just reading what I read. Did you read that one?
I did. That makes you a lot of fucking friends. And the Ethics Committee is one of only 3 committees in the whole Congress that the Speaker appoints directly. It doesn't go through.
Do you really think the FBI is that partisan? Because I always thought of the FBI as mostly Republicans, mostly square. The idea that it's infiltrated with all these like super radical left-wing types who are out to get Trump. You don't think they had a reason with all the communications that were unprecedented between Trump and Russia? You don't think they had a reason to start that Operation Crossfire investigation? I mean, his fucking campaign manager, Manafort, was completely in bed with the Russians. Michael Flynn and all these people in the administration who had all these discussions with Russians, and then just always Russians. We don't know any Russians. They picture him with like 8 Russians. But also he was having contacts. just to say publicly, Russia, if you're listening. I mean, nobody ever did that. George Stephanopoulos said, you know, if a foreign power sent you intel, oh, well, I think you should look at it. No, you shouldn't. You should go to the FBI and say, a country who is not called America is trying to influence our elections. Oh, man, great to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. Are
I'm
you?
glad, man. I'm glad.
You don't smoke pot anymore, right?
I won't with you. It would mess with like all the Molly I took on the way here.
I call them out on all of
You
it,
do.
which again is why they don't like me. And I don't give a fuck.
You talk
I
a
talk
lot.
to
You know
a-
what? I wonder if you give a fuck because you
I
talk about
don't.
it a lot.
I do.
You advertise
I
how much
do.
it affects you by talking about it.
No.
Because I don't even view you as,
No.
I
All
viewed you as a libertarian.
No, all I'm doing is reminding people of my brand. My brand is almost unique, not completely. Oh, we've got the OnlyFans situation. I feel there's
The loneliness situation.
I feel like there's a way to combine the OnlyFans ladies with the drone operators and make this happen, because there's really nothing more pathetic
for
than,
America.
I mean, I'm not a technological guy, so like I wouldn't even know how to get on OnlyFans. Like there are some dirtbags in your party. I mean, George Santos, give me a break. I mean,
Oh, George.
what?
Every generation gets the Princess Diana they deserved, and ours was George Santos, taken from us too early.
Okay, well, that's not really a good analogy. Princess
You
Diana.
laughed.
Well, Princess Diana was she a charlatan?
No, it's a joke.
I
Neil.
am a very
God.
funny one too. Okay, so but then like who? Lauren Boebert. I mean,
She's a patriot. Lauren Boebert's terrific.
okay, but she gives hand jobs during musicals.
So what?
I agree.
So you're
You were
against hand jobs now?
You were taking girls to musicals.
Well, none that I had give me hand jobs, but not entirely
that's
sure
what
I
they
would have
said.
turned one down.
You know, that's what they said. And my joke was like, they said, well, Matt Gaetz, he took prostitutes to musicals. I'm like, really? If you're taking a girl to a musical, isn't that payment in itself?
Well,
all right. Well, thank you for coming here. And,
I appreciate it.
You know,
we should do real time.
I would love to. Would you do it?
Yeah, if you know,
Would you do a panel?
I got no fear of your panel or your audience,
No.
but sometime you got to do my podcast too. If you,
I will.
All right,
No.
I got a podcast coming up,
All right.
and would love to have you, bro.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.